Welcome, everyone, to the Commentary Podcast. I am your host, Pat Brennan. Today on the podcast, we are going to be continuing our Millennial Icon Series with Superbad. It was released in 2007. It is written by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg and directed by Greg Mottola. The film stars Michael Cera, Jonah Hill, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Bill Hader, Seth Rogen, and Emma Stone. Two codependent high school seniors are forced to deal with separation anxiety after their plan to stage a booze-soaked party goes awry. And joining me, as always, for this Millennial Icon Series is my co-host, Tony. I will drop all of his info in the episode description, so please go give him a follow and check him out. Now, we are going to be watching the Blu-ray unrated version of Superbad. Unfortunately, it is not available to stream anywhere, but you can rent it on Amazon, Apple, and Fandango at home for $4. I say we get things kicked off. We are going to be pressing play on Superbad, and I hope you do as well. In 3, 2, and 1. Oh, shit. Here we go. Here we go.
How long have you been waiting to do this one?
I think when I look back at like how many episodes I've done, there hasn't been that many comedies, honestly. It's been super serious. And I
It's a
think
new era.
we need to lighten the mood. I think we need to
I
lighten the mood.
I'm obsessed with this title intro sequence. It's so
Mm.
good. It feel
I
like
think it
it
goes back to that
captures
70s vibe.
yeah, it
Hmm.
captures the vibe of the entire film and like the energy perfectly. I feel like it sets it up to be like this almost like this underground like dirty movie kind of thing. There
Hmm.
is this like weird interlog between like soul funky music with like a dirty movie kind of thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Like it feels like you're watching like it's almost like this film feels like you're watching something you shouldn't be watching, is what I guess
hmm
like the vibe is kind of going for.
yeah. And I was I was gonna ask you, you think like Greg Mottola, you think he was inspired at all? Or maybe like Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, like the writers, you think they're inspired by like Boogie Nights and like kind of wrote this in like that
Hmm.
world? Like these would be the high
Hmm.
schoolers like in the Boogie Nights world or
Yeah.
something.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean it very well could be because it's like especially this opening scene here, what are they talking about? They're talking about porn. Like literally, they're talking about
Yeah.
porn. That's the first thing these two guys are talking about is porn.
That's the thing
So
that
it,
I like
it
about the
mm,
screenplay is like this is how we talked. Like this is how we
yeah.
talked to our friends.
Hmm.
We talked like about all of this stuff and we can all pretend like we did it, but we definitely did.
Hmm. For the younger generations, if you're listening, yes, yes. Porn was not free sometimes. You had to go get porn.
You had to look really, really, really hard for the porn, or you had to pay for it. You
Yeah.
had to pay for the feet and pee-pee.
We're gonna get raunchy. I think we're gonna get raunchy on this one.
And that's okay. I feel like this film was very formative for both yours and my personality.
Hmm.
Um, and I feel like he's a cinephile talking about like the Coen
You know
brothers.
the Coen brothers? Looking for the lighting of the Coen brothers here. Like, yeah, like but
I
I think I think it attributes to it's interesting like watching these films, especially with Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg and where they are now and how much
hmm
they actually like kind of almost like run a part of Hollywood after watching this. Like
I would say, yeah.
they run people don't hey, The Boys, that's created by Seth Rogen and Evan Gold. Like they're co-creators on that show. Like and
hmm
they've won now multiple Emmys, Golden Globes, SAG for the studio. And the studio is spot on of how this industry works. Like going like watching this movie this is almost 20 years old now with Seth Rogen. He's established himself as one of the top producers in Hollywood. And if you go back to what he's done, I mean, he's I think one of his first things obviously was Freaks and Geeks, but I mean, I think he was a producer on 40-Year-Old Virgin. Like he's been doing a lot of stuff for a long time.
Yeah,
And
it's cool to think about him leaving all of these relics in our past that
mm,
we might not even realize play like a really, really big part in like how we perceive comedy and
mm,
how we choose like what's worth watching whenever
mm,
it comes to just like kind of cutting loose and like maybe not watching something like super serious like Phantom Thread or something like that.
mm,
But I love the relatability you have immediately. It's the two lead characters are very accessible whenever it comes to like it's their last 2 weeks of high school. What do high
mm,
schoolers have at the very end of like before graduation? They have senioritis. They're so
mm,
exhausted. They're so
mm,
tired of going to school every single day, doing the same exact shit every single day. That is a very relatable like mindset to have, even like in a 34-year-old's life right now to like an older person a couple generations above us. That's a very accessible character. And Seth
mm,
Rogen and Michael Cera, masterclass here, absolute masterclass. I
mm,
think we talked about this whenever we did the rewatch, was that there may be a good solid amount of improv in this as well as like the screenplay, but I feel like this is a good like character film, and it all comes from like Michael Cera is great, but
mm,
Jonah Hill is running this shit. This is his
mm,
playground, and everybody else is just trying to match that energy.
mm. No, I think Jonah Hill is the driving force in the film. Like he's the one that's essentially moving the plot forward. Michael Cera's obviously there, and then obviously you have McLovin come in eventually, but he is. Excuse me. That is the first time I've ever sneezed on a podcast.
The
First
first
time I
time
ever
for everything.
sneezed on the podcast, and only one sneeze, not even two, just one sneeze.
What a special episode.
First time for everything. But I think with this, I mean, what you're saying, like this film perfectly demonstrates how high school is because like it's the last 2 weeks of high school. I vividly remember in high school senior year, I didn't write a paper because I knew if I didn't write it, I would still get an A in the class. So I just didn't turn it in. I
It
was just like,
just
I did the calculation myself. And I remember my one teacher
what
saying
your
like,
grade would be? Hell
I
yeah.
was like, I
Hell
was like,
yeah.
I'm not going to do it. Because at that point, I think when I was a senior, our school changed so there was no A minus or A plus, which is A, B, C, D, F. Nothing, there was
Hmm.
nothing else in between. So I calculated because I already had like a 99 in the class. I was like, hey, if I don't even do this paper, I still get a 90. It doesn't even matter. I get a 93. I'm not going to hand it in. And I didn't hand it in. And the teacher literally looked at me and he goes, you know what, Brennan, very smart. You did that calculation and you still realize you can get the same thing. He goes, you can go far in life. And I was like, hey, thank you. But it's like this. It's like it's like senioritis. It's the last 2 weeks. I'm not gonna do anything. Like I calculated that I don't have to do this. Like I don't have to do it.
I think it just goes further than like that's like his personality or
Mm,
something like that. This is just like this is the exact I feel like run of like the last 2 weeks of high school for
mm.
everybody. They're just kind of over it. There is this like fear
You're
of
already in college. Like you're already going to college. Like you're already doing the things that like you're already graduating. Like the odds of you not like you're already doing you're kind of just going through the motions essentially.
Mhm. And for if I mean, I feel like a bunch of our generation is starting to have kids. If you know, you grow up one day wanting to show your future kid super bad, you're like, this is a pretty spot on depiction of like what life was like for me when I was your age in high
Hmm.
school.
Hmm.
These all of these characters have kind of like it's like super bad is a time capsule. Super
Hmm.
bad is what this part of life was like for millennials, and it just all matched up so perfectly. It goes back to what you said with like what kind of episodes you're wanting to do going forward, and what your podcast is forming into on all on its own is that yeah, it is time to laugh, and it's time to do stuff that, you know, reminds us of like why we even got into like liking films in the first place. And
Hmm.
we're going to talk a lot about the raunchy comedy. I know that we pulled some numbers for Superbad and another film
Hmm.
that we wanted to talk about. Superbad is a very special film because on the budget of $20 million. It grossed at 170 million worldwide. So
Hmm.
it's like there's something in this film that is relatable no matter where you're at. And I
Hmm.
feel like there is this like authenticity in like these three boys and like this part of like childhood, because these aren't necessarily like the popular guys. These guys are
Hmm.
these
They're just
guys
the average guys. There's the average
they're
guys. Just
the
yeah.
average guys, and
Hmm.
like they lap that up with those guys on the street that hawked a loogie on them.
Hmm.
They're just your guys.
Hmm. No, I would say like to go along with the raunchy comedy of what are the pinnacle ones? Like this, like again, this you said $20 million budget and it made $170 million. Like
Hmm.
that's insane for a comedy. And I would say that the pinnacle like start of America like of the raunchy comedies is American Pie. And
100%.
like that was an $11 million budget in 1999, American Pie. It made $235 million. The first American Pie.
I feel like whenever somebody is listening to this right now, they'd be like, "Oh, well, it's because sex sells." I mean, sex is, I feel like, a component of that film, but a lot of it comes from, just like this film, the characters, and that's what
Mhm.
makes it so iconic. Whenever I think about American Pie, I'm not thinking about Nadia naked in
Yeah.
his room. I'm not. I'm thinking about
Hmm.
those guys being so 100% like wanting to get that virginity card like swiped,
Hmm.
and like that
Hmm.
was like the whole point of it.
Hmm.
And there's so many other different characters in there that just make that film what it is too. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to doing it for the Millennial Icon series. I wouldn't. i'm
I mean,
i'm
that's
not.
yeah.
I wouldn't be. But we're talking about super bad right now, and it is important to dictate or kind of lay down the foundation of like where this film did come from. What inspired Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg and Greg Matala to pull something off like this? There she is, Academy Award winner.
Yeah. Two-time Academy Award winner. One of the best actors. I'll say it right here on this podcast. One of the best actors of all time. I'm just
Are you just gonna start doing like little hot takes in during Superbad?
one of the best actors. I mean, and Jonah Hill, two-time Academy Award nominee.
Yeah, it's like this. I was talking about it, and I should have said it whenever they were on their phones, but it won't be the last time that somebody's on a phone in this film. But whenever I got my first iPhone, this was the first film that I bought digitally with my Apple gift card, and I just
Mhm.
watched this shit over and over and over and over because it was
Mhm.
just so fucking funny. It still is. Um, and there's a lot of things, like I said, with the time capsule thing, there's a lot of things to pull out of this time capsule, and I'm so excited to do that here with you and our listeners. Um, one thing I will pull uh up first was that director Greg Matala, he is also the director for another favorite film of mine, and that's Adventureland. So shout out
Mhm.
to any fellow Adventureland lovers out
I
there.
got the Blu-ray over there. It's over there. Blu-ray's over there.
Why don't we talk about how there is like a timeless aspect to this film to where like if they if you saw a clip that didn't have their phone in it or it wasn't somebody with like the modern haircut, it would be really hard to figure out what time period this film
Hmm.
was. I want to talk about that with you a little bit. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think what separates time periods and now is especially smartphones. And this was
Yeah.
like this. When did the first iPhone come out? It was like I think it was 2007 when the first iPhone came out. But it was obviously way too expensive for a high school person to own an iPhone. So like
Hmm.
obviously they're all gonna having flip phones, and that's just how it was for those younger generations listening. We had flip phones, and it took a while to text someone, and you also used to have to pay for texting. You it wasn't free, so you had to pay for that. And and I think whenever I watch this, I mean, both me and you were like around high school, like at this time, like this to me feels like high school. The color tone of it, it feels like a high school. It
Mm,
feels,
absolutely.
it feels like,
You can
it
smell your high
feels like
school.
2007. Yep. It feels like 2007. And I know we've always talked about how 2007, especially for me too, like oh 06, oh 07 was when I was mainly getting into like more film, and oh
Oh
07
yeah.
is if you go back in like 2007, like an incredible year for film, like incredible year for film.
It was
And
it was just a
like,
formative part of our childhood. I
mm-hmm,
mean, for
mm-hmm,
everybody. I don't think people even realize how formative 2007 film was
mm-hmm,
on them until they
mm-hmm,
really take a look back and discover like
mm-hmm,
a lot of your favorite films that you look back on or like you just like pull up in your head. Um, Naturally, they're from 2007, and
mm-hmm,
this one is a very important one, I'd say. I
mm-hmm,
say you are if you are in getting curious about the raunchy comedy genre and you're wanting like a relic in all of it, it's you can't miss this one.
mm-hmm. And I think like it's a reasonable question to be like, hey, is this one of the greatest comedies ever made? Like they've
Well,
remade this movie twice. Remade this movie twice with Booksmart and Good Boys. It's the same exact plot. All you're doing is changing gender and age. That's all you're doing.
well, you got the runtime of this film to state your case, my friend.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we're watching this over now. I don't think anyone in 2007 watching this film right now would have realized that Emma Stone would become one of the greatest actors of all time and have two
You
Academy
know,
Awards.
she she matches both of the leads energy
Mm,
and performance like perfectly. I know that Michael Cera has done a shit ton of indie film. Jonah Hill has had some box office work,
mm,
and has also had a film come out in last
mm,
month on Apple TV.
mm,
These guys are still killing it, and I think right here, I just want to talk about the chemistry that these guys both share. Something like this. I know that they are written to be codependent and almost like a shadow for each other, but
mm,
I was just recently watching an interview of it's not a connected film by any means, but it was the director of Princess Diaries, and he was talking about casting Anne Hathaway,
mm,
and he was talking about how actors there has to be something behind the eyes for you to really believe, for the audience to believe that there's somebody there. And I love that we're talking about
mm.
actors because I know how much you love actors. The penis sequence.
The whole penis sequence.
Oh my
Whole.
God, so many penises.
I mean, like,
Oh my
you're
God.
We're like, what, 20 minutes in, and you're doing an entire sequence where they're talking about penises for like 3 minutes.
But where I was going with it was that like these guys could not fake. a dynamic and like almost like this partnership that they're doing the entire film. And it's like you said,
Mm-hmm.
like Jonah Hill is leading the plot of the film and like taking it in the direction it's going.
Mm-hmm.
But you do notice this like apprehensiveness with Michael Cera with his character because maybe there's something there. Maybe there's a something that he's not being forthcoming about yet with like what they're doing after high
Mm-hmm.
school. We don't know yet. All we know is
Mm-hmm.
that, um he's wanting to go to this crazy party that Jules is throwing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's why it's interesting that you introduce McLovin before that even happens,
Hmm.
because you're introducing a third character between them that they know, and then obviously him and McLovin are going to be rooming eventually at their new school
Hmm.
together. And I love the Tiananmen Square penis with the briefcase, like, and then you have a Doctor Strangelove reference. So yeah, like I mean, this is like a bold thing to do, like having a like a sixth grader that is obsessed with drawing penises, like a legit like what other raunchy comedy would do that? Like you have to draw so many penises. Like this is an automatic rated R in that entire
Well,
sequence.
I feel like that's where people really relate to like the script because as I mean it's kind of like that I don't know if you ever like t took a child psychology course or any of like that shit that they make you do in the very beginning of college, but there that's just a part of growing up. You are naturally curious about that stuff, and you do kind of form like a random obsession, either it be like with a penis or boobs or like it's
Hmm.
something that you don't have access to learning more about yet.
Hmm.
And it's just like it's told in like the funniest way. It's not like phobic. It's just like that. It's like a very relatable. Like I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure I drew a penis once, is what I'm trying to say.
Or it's like when you have the your calculator and you write like
So crazy.
boobies.
Yeah, where you write boobs.
Yeah. Boobies and
It's
you like turn it upside down. Yeah.
it just kind of all strings their from being 18 to like whenever they're little kids together. It's
Hmm.
it's creating that story. It's creating that world, and Jonah Hill just maps it out so perfectly. Like you know exactly like the type of person that's in front of you,
Hmm.
and right here he totally takes the entire this is where the film really starts is like he
Hmm.
sees his moment to be the cool guy and he takes it.
Hmm. And his joke there, like she's the only one that laughed at it. The other girl didn't laugh at it. She just like, huh? And Emma Stone's character laughed at it, meaning there is a connection there. Like she does kind of like him.
Yeah, it's if you threw this back like 25 years, it would be like a girl like me would never go out with a guy like you. It shows like an advancement in like where things
Hmm.
were in like 2007. Like there
Yeah.
could be a potential like for a girl like Jules to be into a guy like Evan.
Hmm. And the one girl that's immediately next to her doesn't care about Evan until
I mean,
he
sorry,
says,
Seth. Sorry, Seth.
so yeah, Seth. So Seth says that I have a fake ID, and then when she perks up when oh I have a fake ID, she's like oh, and then she's
Yeah.
nice to Seth, and then she's nice to him.
These guys, I mean, we say this every time we do like a high school film. These guys have been in each other's lives for like around 17, 18 years. It's not like that.
Hmm.
It's trying to pull off that they all know each other like that, but they know of each other.
Hmm.
This is,
I
we're
mean,
both anticipating this.
greatest line reads of all time.
Seth,
One of
I
the
want to blow
greatest.
you.
One of the greatest. Well, she didn't say the second part, but like, one of the greatest line reads of all time. I've heard just breaking, going, Seth, I want to blow you. I mean, coming up right here too, you have an
Dave
early Dave
Franco.
Franco role here. Like, I think it's like this film especially establishes that a lot of people that worked on this film. are still working and they're kind of almost running Hollywood. This
I'd
this
say
film,
so.
like at the time, Jonah Hill, like they were probably like early 20s playing high school kids, and Michael Cera been acting for a long time. He's in Arrested Development. Yeah, here's your Dave Franco role.
What the
Like
fuck, Evan?
he kind of looks the same too. Like that guy's not fucking aged at all. Jesus Christ.
People don't
Like
forget.
you don't forget. But it's like I think it just shows that how much Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg have like, and everyone in this movie like has. I mean, you have fucking Bill Hader's in this movie too. Like these people are still in Hollywood. They're still going in Hollywood, and they're all names that people know.
I just feel like at the time there might have been like I'd be curious to see like what critics said about this on Rotten Tomatoes that were either like offended or like oh like this what we're doing right now like in that 2007 year to see like if there were any like negative comments coming out about this movie and then years later it's become its own thing, it's like a classic now. But I
Hmm.
mean, I'm sure the same things were talked about with like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, with American Pie, with with Superbad. I feel like I'm looking for this decade Superbad, and it's not 2027 yet, so maybe it's still coming.
Yeah.
So but everything just works here for me, and it's just like there's a sense of like authenticity, and it's all in the dialogue, and I feel like this film just really hits on who's playing who, and it's not necessarily about what's happening in the film. It's just like I said, it's like a time capsule, and I'll probably keep saying
Hmm.
that over and over again, but I mean, what would you say, like, how were you introduced to this film?
I would say I vividly remember. Um, so my family had like a beach house in Avalon, New Jersey. Shout out Avalon, New Jersey. For the for the zero people listening in Avalon, New Jersey. Um,
You never know.
I vividly remember one of my cousins coming into the room that we all had. It was like a bunch of bunk beds in there. All the cousins slept in there. But I remember him coming in being like, "Yo, you guys got to see this new movie called Superbad. Like, it's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my entire life." And I never heard of it. I was like, "Okay, I don't know what this is. I'm gonna go watch it." And again, like this is from he like I still vividly remember that moment because I think it just that moment did show that yes, this is one of the pinnacle comedies I think ever made. I think this is one of the most important comedies ever made because people always reference this movie. This movie is a time capsule, like you said. This is a time capsule.
Yeah. Um, with me, I remember that anytime a movie came out, that I wasn't like there were like ones I was like not allowed to watch at all
Hmm.
whatsoever. But of course, I defied my parents and like didn't
Hmm.
let them tell me what to do and just watched the movie anyways. So I bought it on my iPhone. I watched it on my iPhone so many times. And this was like around the like era of like Juno and like I said,
Hmm. Same
Adventureland,
here. Hmm.
those kind of films. And that was just like my vibe. And I really loved that. I mean, even before I met you, that coming of age, like raunchy comedies were like my thing. And
Hmm.
I feel like this was like um, my personal gateway into learning how all of it works.
Hmm.
And like, oh, like I'm not the only person that's hormones are going absolutely fucking crazy, wanting to talk to somebody, wanting to do those things with somebody. Like this was like my gateway into, like, that's why these films are important, because they're showing you like you're not the only person that's feeling all these things inside. And in a way, I've been thinking about it, Seth and Evan could be combined into one person, because like you do have all like the shyness and awkwardness from
Mm-hmm.
uh from Evan, and then from Seth you have all these like raging hormones, like, oh, like I just wish like I could just like do this with this person, or be the cool guy, be the guy in the room that everybody wants to like talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Both of the two things can be true, and you can be a Seth and an Evan at the same time, or be a Seth or an Evan.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at their costume design. Like they're dressed like like I feel like Evan is dressed like a 45-year-old man. Like I mean, I don't know. But I mean, again, it's like
Ugh.
I think their relationship is so perfect of high school
Mm-hmm.
that like you just look at these two guys, you'd be like, yeah, these two guys are best friends. These guys are best friends in high school. Like it's very simple. It just how it literally it's through their tone of characters of just how literally they're best friends. And it's so easy to fall in love with both of them.
100%. I love what you said. It's easy to fall in love with both of them because there's that authenticity level there that these guys just feel like they were literally in your high school. But
Hmm.
I mean, which which one would you say that you relate to more? Would you relate to Seth or would you relate to Evan?
I think Evan more. I
Okay.
think Evan is to me the more relatable character for me specifically.
Hmm.
And I think it's
Okay.
because like Evan is more, especially in high school, like Evan is way more reserved and like he isn't like not outgoing, but he's just more reserved of a person compared to Seth. Like, I think if that makes sense.
That fucking vest,
That
man.
fucking
Freaking
vest.
Fogel. I love Jonah Hill's button up right here too. It's so
Hmm.
good. I
Yeah.
feel like it's very like it's just like I'm saying, these guys are kind of crafting the retro vibes with their costumes here. Like that is a
Hmm.
very 70s button up, very cowboy
Oh yeah.
western like
Very
kind of vibe.
70s. Hmm.
Here's Fogel's fucking work vest. That's
Hmm.
you look like Aladdin.
He look like fucking Aladdin.
But um I guess like for me, I am like eternally like pissed off about something at all times. I feel like I very much am uh I very much am Seth.
Hmm. Very much so.
Yo, yeah, 100%. I'm like eternally angry about something at all times,
Hmm.
or like talking shit about something in film news. And I'm like, I can't wait to fucking rip into this, or like
Hmm.
just like send you something that's like I'm really upset about. Um, but where I was
I mean,
going with
this
that,
this sequence is the best part of the movie.
oh yeah, it is. Um, where I was going with that was that everybody knows or knew a Seth or an Evan, and
Hmm.
that's probably another reason this is so.
It's like it's those two characters are anybody in high school. There's always those two people in high school. Like they're perfectly written. Like it's almost like they want to just blend in with the average crowd because
Mm-hmm.
in their minds they're below average. Like they only talk to each other. Like they don't have any like they're trying to just go to a party right now. And
Mm-hmm.
the entire plot of this movie is two people trying to go to a party. Literally. Have
Enjoy
fun
fucking
fucking
Jules.
Jules. I will.
Oh man. Um yeah, these guys are these guys are fucking cool. There's no other way
Hmm.
to say it. These guys are fucking cool.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'm gonna be bold here and say that there aren't characters being written like Seth and Evan right now. There's just
Hmm.
not. There's not.
Oh.
And if there are, it's only one. You don't
Hmm.
have two like that right now. And
Hmm.
that's it's very telling of like where we are in like comedy and like the industry right now. It all all of the entire film relies on one performance, and it shouldn't be like
Hmm.
that. There's multiple people in this making it work.
Hmm. Hmm. And I think like it also shows just how like this type of comedy, I feel like it's a product of its time, but
Hmm.
I guess it begs the question of was like where do these comedies essentially like why do they go away? And I feel like a lot of generations have these types of comedies. Like in the 70s and 80s, you had Mel Brooks. In like the 90s, you had Jim Carrey, where they would like kind of push the envelope. And then in this late 90s and 2000s, you had all these raunchy comedies. And I think like the bigger question nowadays, like where are comedies in general? Because I feel like comedies, it's just like a dying thing. There's no comedies made like this or any other generation before. Like, there's no distinct comedy for these younger generations.
Let's stay on this for a minute because this is a very, very important topic that is almost like we need to start getting curious about why these kinds of films aren't getting made because it has to be for a reason.
Mm,
And I think it has become hyper the entire audience now is like hypersensitive to something being like I don't want to laugh at that because like it was offensive and like I'm worried about like what the person
mm,
next to me thinks or like what somebody online would think of me if I were to like laugh on that. It's
mm,
almost like we are now a product of this like oh, you thought that was funny, like you're I'm gonna cancel you. Like it's almost like
mm,
we're all too afraid to laugh, or we're all too afraid of like say for example, like seeing somebody fall in the street. That's funny as fuck. Anybody would laugh
mm,
at that. Or, someone would be like, "Oh my God, like you're the most horrible person in the world. How could you laugh at that? You're evil."
mm,
That's where we have arrived at now.
mm. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to think of like a comedy, any like maybe five comedies in the last like 10 years that have reach this level of culture like phenomena. I don't even know if there is one.
I can't think of one either. And so there you go. I mean, we literally do a commentary podcast for film and we can't think of one. Like that's the answer right there. We have to
Like
look back.
maybe game night has some like I don't even
Maybe
know.
maybe I've
Like
never seen that. I don't know what you're talking about. What's game night?
yeah, game night. It's the guys who made Dungeons and Dragons. Like
I don't know what that is. So there's your answer. No, we have to
yeah.
go back into
Hmm.
cinema history to find the laughs, to find the giggles.
Yeah.
And
I mean it's 20 years old. Literally almost 20 years old. Literally almost 20 years old. Next year.
yeah, so that being said, I mean, let's just kind of be a little bit honest here. I mean, all of this stuff that they're talking about, sex, condoms, lube, you know, going to a party to smash,
Hmm.
getting liquor, none of these things went away. These things
Hmm.
happen all the time. You
Hmm.
literally, I mean,
Every weekend in high school.
every weekend in high school, every weekend in college, every weekend
Hmm.
as single guys as our age, all
Hmm.
these things are still happening. Where the fuck did it go in cinema? Why
Hmm.
is it not okay to depict life like this? Like,
Hmm.
it is just really weird. But
It's almost yeah, it's like they pulled back and it's like it's almost like they're scared to tell these stories still. Like and I feel like there probably are people of younger generations that may watch this and think it is funny as in like, wow, like this is what you guys thought? Like at this time, it's kind of funny. Like I don't
yeah, like
know.
that's what I think about right now too. Like some of these,
Hmm.
like I guess where I'm trying to go with it was that like raging hormones and this perfect night in a sense, like
Hmm.
this idea of a perfect night where I get super drunk and oh yeah, I get to sleep with that girl like that I've always had a crush on, and
Hmm.
also like I'm there with my best friend. That mindset has not gone anywhere. That's a timeless mindset. it's like
Mm-hmm.
the perfect night that and
Mm-hmm.
it's like that's not gone, guys. But this is as
Mm-hmm.
serious as we'll get about it and like the comedy genre in general, just because this should be a fun episode.
Mm-hmm.
And it is and everything. It's just important to give commentary on where it's currently at.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this whole movie takes place in what, s- 12 hours?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd say yeah, like pretty much like 12
maybe it's
hours.
maybe 24 hours because they he picks him up and I guess it's maybe 24 hours. It's a 24-hour day, I guess. But yeah, it's like this is your classic Friday night in 2007. Like this is your Friday night in 2007. Like
Yeah,
you're trying to go to the
honestly.
party. You're trying to go to the party. One of you both have a crush in one of your classes. Your seniors, like this is like the pinnacle. Like I think this is the pinnacle high school comedy to me ever made because it feels so real. And it's probably just because we grew up in this time period, so it feels real to us. And people in the 80s
Hmm.
would be like, "Oh no, the
He
80s
got
movies
his
are."
shit wrecked.
Yeah. And they'd be
Oh
like, "Oh
man.
no, the 80s movies are what was high school to me." And it's like, yeah, it's for me like Superbad is what high school was to me. Like this is the pinnacle of high school. This is what high school felt like.
For uh oh man,
Are you
things start
shoving the beer
really
in the
popping
back?
off here.
Mm,
But real quick, I'm gonna tell my big brother right now just because like it's like the perfect time too, and this is a funny story. I remember it was like 1:30 at night, and we shared a bedroom, and it was like 1:30 at night, and all I hear is a fucking like someone like plowing through the room, like stomping around, and I was like, "What the hell is
mm.
going on?" And then I looked up and I was like, "Dude, you smell!" And like I never smelled that smell before because I've never like been
Hmm.
around it or
Yeah.
anything. I was like, "Dude, you smell!" And he was like, "Shut up, it's cologne." He's like, go to bed." And I was like, "Why are you talking like that?" He was so fucked up. He was so drunk.
Mm.
And I was just like, that was funny, man. I mean, he had a night
Mm.
like this.
Hmm.
Um, but here we go. There's two titans right there, I'd say. Pretty
Hmm.
comfortable with that title. Two comedy titans.
Hmm. I mean, again, these guys are still like a huge part of Hollywood. People know who these two are. Like, I think if you're watching this movie in 2007, it's like, oh, these guys will only ever make comedies in their entire life. Like, this is just who it is. And who would have thought that Seth Rogen would have gone to be an African Jew wearing a hoodie?
Their little badges on their costumes crack me up so much.
Mhm.
Like,
I mean, yeah, it looks. I mean, I love all these scenes because you can tell they're trying not to laugh. Like you can see
mm-hmm,
they're holding it back. Like look at Bill Hader's.
mm-hmm.
Like you can see they're trying to hold it back. And again, it's like I think just the more you watch these movies, it's like you just realize like this comedy I feel like just doesn't exist anymore. It just doesn't exist anymore.
No, it is complete physical improv right here.
Hmm. Like him going,
Complete.
yeah, and him and me just having like what the handlebar mustache, like just shows everything of that character, like just a handlebar
Yeah.
mustache, like yeah. It's I think what I love about this too is that McLovin got away with everything he did. He just got punched in the face. He got away with it
Mm-hmm.
all. Like he was gonna buy it all, but he just got punched in the face.
Would you say that like maybe a director, like the director is super bad, Greg Mottola probably doesn't get recognized as much as say like Judd Apatow or
Hmm.
Will Gluck, you'd say? Would that be
Yeah,
a comfortable, like, are we comfortable saying that on the commentary podcast that maybe he is a little bit underrated whenever it comes to
yeah.
like pulling off something like this? I know that this film heavily relies on the character performance and the screenplay,
Hmm.
but I feel like to capture this, you got to be following Jonah Hill and Michael Cera like I mean, with this handheld right here, like getting the perfect shot for all of these really
Hmm.
hilarious moments.
Hmm. No, I mean. I feel like a lot of comedy directors. don't get their due, especially like, yeah, Greg Mitchell, like he probably blended in with this is the era. I mean, Judd Apatow, I think, produced this movie too. It's like the era of Judd Apatow and yeah, Will Gluck making these movies around this time too. People forget that he directed this. They probably I think most people think that Judd Apatow probably directed this movie. Or
Probably. Yeah.
Or Seth Rogen directed this
Yeah,
movie.
probably.
And it is
This guy's in
dude.
Pineapple Express.
And Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I mean, if you like really like look at this movie, like there's a lot of people in this movie that are still working today, still working today.
Yeah. So we've got locked down that this captures the essence of high school,
Hmm.
that we don't make a lot of comedies, we don't make any comedies like this anymore, and
Hmm.
that everything that's going on in this film is timeless because it's happening right now. I mean, we're doing this at the beginning of summer. I mean,
Hmm.
this is around the like time of like the last 2 weeks of high school
Hmm.
in a
Yeah.
sense, and there's
Around time,
probably
yeah.
a
These
weekend like
characters,
this
yeah.
happening right now. I
Hmm.
mean, would you, if you could go back, and I know you don't like, I know you personally don't like comparing films to other films. You like saying that things like stand alone on their own, like especially with a film like Superbad, like it has its own merit. It's
Hmm.
probably something that a lot of films today would hope they would be. But I was going to talk about the cutaway sequences and like the fantasy sequences kind of thing as
Hmm.
a like the kind of thesaurus of classic cinema in a way. Is that's how I think of you, and that, of course, I mean that as a compliment. Um,
Hmm.
what?
Am I the classic cinema guy?
I think you are the classic cinema keeper for sure. What are there
I
any
do have them
class?
behind me. I do have them behind me.
Yes, thank you for reminding me every day of my life. Um, what would you say? Are there any films in classic film that do like a cutaway bit like that, or like almost like a editing sequence that's where it's derived from, or is this like an early 2000s thing that started happening?
I mean, I feel like when people think, I feel like when people think of the cutaways, it's not even a movie. It's like they think of like Family Guy when they're like, they'd always like say something and then it cuts away to a random ass scene of that.
Mm,
I mean, there have been comedies of the past where like you have like Monty Python or it's just like it's a different type of style of comedy and comedies always evolve over time. Like you have original comedies like silent film comedies, like there's no dialogue. So it's the comedy there, it has to be told through your actor acting. Like that's just how it had to be. And then as sound is introduced, you have like screwball comedies. It relies heavily on the dialogue. They're not really doing much action. It relies heavily on the dialogue. And then you get towards like the 70s and 70s there was like a raunchy comedy. That's when Mel Brooks like started. So you have the raunchy comedies somewhat start there. It's not super raunchy, but he is pushing the boundary of what can be shown in movies post 60s and into the 70s. Like when we have the hard R ratings, we can push the boundary. And then when you have like the late 90s and early 2000s roll around, it's just another different kind of comedy where, hey, maybe we can show like high school kids going through everything that we've gone through since the dawn of time. Like we all think these things. And I think the 2000s was the pinnacle of what high school comedies can be. And I think after that, it could be a thing like we say, like I think people kind of just I don't know if it's like a hot take, but I think people got kind of sensitive that you can't talk about this stuff. Like I think you need to pull back and I think our generation was like the last one where it's like we find this shit fucking hilarious. This shit's fucking hilarious. And I could see younger generations watching this and saying like this isn't funny, but I don't know. We think it's fucking funny.
For me, I find this sense of like relief, and like I've always been like this. I don't know if it's just like kind of like my personality growing up. I don't know if it's just been like a something like I'm just kind of like the kind of person that like you can talk about anything with. I really don't think that there's anything that I wouldn't talk to someone
Hmm.
about. But whenever it comes to like whenever it comes to talking about sex or talking about like just just natural things that our minds travel to like as humans, like I don't have I'm not, I wouldn't even call it prudish because like some people just aren't comfortable with that, and that's okay. Like I don't think that those people are weird. I don't think they're
Hmm.
different or anything like that. I think it's just all a personality thing. Where I want to go with that is that I think this film kind of opened our eyes a little bit, like in both of our journeys, like separately. And yes, it is kind of funny that we are like Seth and Evan in real life. Um, that we are inseparable and like codependent and everything. Um, but what I was saying is that like it opened my eyes and probably opened your eyes too, that like, oh, people talk like that out loud in a film, and I think about that stuff inside. The
Hmm.
way that they're talking is the way that I think. Like and it kind of formed our personalities a little bit. But what I was going to say was that I feel like the generation before us had American Pie, and then the generation before that probably had like would you say like Fast Times or Dazed and
American
Confused
High, yeah,
or
yeah.
both?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Days and Confused, John Hughes films. Like again, like people watch the like John Hughes films now, and they watch them. They're like, "Oh, this hasn't aged well." But in the '80s, it was a product of its time. And then you can probably have a film like this. People watch this now, and be like, "Oh, this hasn't aged well," but it's a product of its time. And I think when people I always say when you're watching a movie, and I get like there's aspects of film where you go back like early when film was starting, like you can watch like yeah this is very problematic, but I think you can see it's like when the film coming out at that time, like this is you have to see it from the lens of like, oh, this is from 1950. This is from 2007. This is from 1985. Like in 1985, this is how people thought. In 2007,
Mm-hmm.
this is how people thought. And I remember watching this film being like, whoa, I talk like Seth and Evan.
Exactly. I
I
just said
talk
this.
like these guys. Yes.
I just said that.
It's like both of us, like we talk like these guys. We
Yeah.
talk like them. And that's
Yeah.
why they
I
felt
mean,
so real on the screen.
honestly, and hold on, we're going somewhere that I've always wanted to go with this, and I'm freaking out right now because you have people out there that are like, "Oh, you like Superbad? That film hasn't aged well." And
Hmm.
um have this entire dialogue with you where you're ending up feeling like you're having to defend an entire pocket of time in life in America or in the world, and like, oh, like
Hmm.
this is how people thought at that time. You should never have to say that whenever you're talking about a film. The people should just know. There should be sane people out there that just know that like, oh, this is what life was like in 2007. People said the F word. People
Hmm.
were a little bit homophobic, more homophobic than today. I mean, I don't want to really be an asshole and be like, not much has changed since, but not much has changed since. And
Hmm.
it's important to go back into these pockets of time and look at what was funny or look at what was happening in the world and look at how things were being depicted in film
Hmm.
to learn from it and grow, just like we go to
Hmm.
history class to learn from things and never do
Yeah.
them again.
Hmm. Yeah. You're supposed to
Sorry, I got really,
learn.
really heated there. I
You're
need a
supposed to
minute.
learn. You're supposed to learn from history because if you don't, you're gonna repeat it. And I think with the comedy genre, it's hard to critique because when you're critiquing comedies from a certain era, I mean, again, for those listening, 2007 was almost 20 years ago. Someone born in 2007 will be 20 next year. 20. 2007 wasn't 3 years ago. So these films are technically nostalgia or products of their time. You have these actors in this film that are early 20s playing 18-year-olds. They're now in their early 40s. Like this is a long time ago for them. And I'm sure they're the same way. They vividly remember filming this. Like we vividly remember watching this for the first time and realizing how much this connected with us. And it's the same thing of different generations watching comedies in the 80s, 90s, 70s. Nowadays, if someone watches a comedy and it's really like formative for them, like this this was the film that defined a generation of people in high school. It was Superbad that defined a generation.
Yeah, I would say you start here and it only goes. Hmm. So would you say that this would be one of the last of the greats of the great raunchy comedies?
I mean, I think I probably said it in the beginning of the episode, but I think this might be one of the pinnacle raunchy comedies. I think this is one of the
Mm-hmm.
pinnacle comedies ever made is Superbad. I think when people hear Superbad, they know this film. They know exactly what it is. And even if they've never seen it, they know what Superbad is. And I think that shows how much of a generation defining film this was. And again, the character of McLovin is an iconic character. People don't know
Fogel,
Seth and
yeah.
they don't know Seth and Evan. They know the name McLovin
Mm-hmm.
because of this film. And
Do you
it's not like Seth and Evan are household name. It's McLovin is the name. Like McLovin, like they say over here, McLovin, like McLovin.
Do you remember growing up in high school how much uh of a symbol McLovin became? Like I feel
hmm
like there were McLovin shirts, there were McLovin like stickers
hmm
and like McLovin like
People still have
merchandise.
like the driver's license on a t-shirt of
Yeah, he
McLovin.
became
Yeah.
a symbol of like that rebellion era of like he
hmm
became a party symbol.
hmm
I wanted to note here for our listeners that everybody at this adult party, and I'm speaking for both Pat and me whenever I say this, that everybody at this adult party was so fucking scary growing up. And I was like, I told Pat during the rewatch, I was like, I'm pretty sure every single adult at this party at least has a misdemeanor, if not a felony
hmm
charge pending.
And there's a scene. It's probably only a little bit, but Danny McBride is in the background of one of the scenes. They're just playing an extra and just standing there.
God.
But even like these scenes in the street, like just the lighting itself, it feels so high school. And
Hmm.
I mean, again, younger generations, if you're listening to this, yes, we didn't have smartphones. We had flip phones, and you basically would call people instead of texting them. You would call them. A
I would
different
say that
generation. Different
we talk on
generation.
the phone a lot more than text. Would you say? I feel like we're
I would say
stuck.
so, yeah. I
Man,
would say so, yeah.
I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old.
We're getting old. We're getting old. I had her phone though.
Um,
Was that a razor? Is that she had a razor? I think I had a razor.
I had a sidekick. I had the one that you swiped
Oh,
up and
you
the
had the
keyboard was
T-Mobile
right there.
sidekick too? You had T-Mobile sidekick too?
Hmm. I mean, I'll let's just say it right here, right now. Fuck you, time, because this was just
Yeah.
such a crazy, crazy
2007
fun
feels
place to
like 3 years
be.
ago. Feels like 3 years ago,
I feel
2007.
like this is like the first modern or modern up there song. This is from like the 90s, but this is
hmm
like one, and then everything else before and after this is like is the funk and soul and like kind of like
hmm
like that raunchy vibe music. This is probably like one of
hmm
the only ones that plays that's a little bit more modern.
Hmm. But I think if you're
Um,
using that like funk and soul, it's like Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg being like, yeah, there's 70s kind of vibe, like 80s, that was our vibe. And
yeah.
we're
I
hoping to
mean,
bring this new generation of comedy to people. And I mean, they did. Like this is a pinnacle film for a lot of people. I'm sure there's someone that's seen this film 500 times. They put it on every night.
I will say the what you just
There's Danny
said.
McBride in the background right now. Danny McBride's in the background.
That is Danny McBride. Oh my gosh, you were trying to point this out to me the other day, and I was like, where? That's so funny.
Mhm.
Um, and exactly right here. This is kind of like where I feel like someone would be like, "Oh, well, this isn't funny. Like this isn't a joke."
Mhm.
Like, like that's a very natural part of being a woman, and these guys are acting
Mhm.
so insensitive to that. Let me pull you back to it's either Pretty in Pink or 16 Candles. The entire film is about.
Yeah, that.
So this is something that is still being combated to this day, and
Mhm.
it's like there's always going to be this group of guys that aren't comfortable with that, but
Mhm.
I just will say, like, in the future, whenever both Pat and I are raising our sons, we will be like, hey, you need to respect this part of a girl. She goes through that
Mhm.
every time. And you need to be very respectful of it. Just, I mean, it's the same as changing your fucking underwear, your dirty
Mhm.
poop stain underwear. So,
Mhm.
your
Yeah,
skid mark underwear. I remember that being a thing. Skid marks.
Skidmore. But I think especially for this moment, for like him, like what could possibly be the worst thing that could happen to him at this party? And I'm sure they're writing the script being like, what if that happens on
Mm-hmm.
his leg? And
Mm-hmm.
yes, it's played for comedy. It's played for comedy, but yeah, it's a real thing that needs to also be respected because that's what happens. Like that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean no, it's exactly like you said. That's what
Mm,
happens.
hmm.
There's no dancing around it. It happens. It's unexpected, and
Hmm.
can it definitely throws off whatever is currently happening in the moment. But what
Hmm.
do? You move on. It's 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 like we have advanced that way. We are learning, and we both you and I have this conversation all the time. I know that there's a lot of shitty men out there, and I'm also aware that we are men and that we misspeak and we do stupid stuff all the time.
Hmm. Yeah, we're men. But
Yes,
hey,
I'm aware that I am a shitty person,
hey, they're
but I'm
drinking the
learning
shit.
every day.
They're drinking the champagne of beers. Life.
The Miller High Lives.
I mean, again, it's like the boldness. Like they're just this. Superbad makes fun of cops. Like they're like, these cops are fucking stupid. They're drinking beer right now, like, with a guy who's like 17 years old.
Do you remember that part of movies in like the late or yeah, like the later half of like the 2000s, like 2010 era, whenever police started getting really upset how they were being depicted in
Mm,
film? Like I feel like they
mm,
would look at this and be like, that would never happen. Like
yeah.
there's like not guys like jerking around like
Mm.
that. They'd be like
Like
really
yeah,
upset.
there's a reason that like there's a reason why these cops are written. The reason they're written as cops. Like there's a reason why they're doing that.
And the one of the writers is playing one of the cops. Is like they're
Hmm.
wanting to pull off this like I feel like it's being respectful of police in the same time, but it's also like you have to really, really pay attention to see that they are poking fun at like what teens think of the police at this time of their
Hmm.
life.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like they literally have a teenager. I guess they're drinking. I think they're drinking Coors Banquet. I'm not sorry, not Miller High Life, but Coors Banquet. But
Wow, you don't know your beers? That's actually like a green flag. Don't worry, you're good. I'm all good. I believe you. I'm sober, so I don't know what any fucking beer looks like. I know that there's 0% alcohol like in every beer brand now. Is that a thing?
mm,
That's fucking
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't
Every beer
know.
brand has their non-alcoholics now. Every beer brand does.
I'll tell you what, I'm going on like I can't believe this. I'm going on like 8 years and I feel like if I had one beer, I'd knock the fuck out.
Mm, yeah, but like, yeah, it's like to me, it's like there's a reason why they're portraying cops because they're trying to bust the younger people's parties while also drinking with someone who they think is cool because it's just
hmm
like they're making fun of how I think they're just making fun of how ridiculous like life can be, especially with like cops. It's like cops do the same fucking shit as you do at home. Like they do the same fucking shit.
Are there any special features that you like to run? Like for example, like for our listeners that don't have the Blu-ray or anything like that, is there like a blooper reel or is there like a
Mhm.
featurette or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean on this Blu-ray I have again kind of I think like we've always talked about this how like there's some movies that just don't have 4Ks, and this could be coming next year. It'll be 20 years at the time, and a lot of 2007 movies still don't have 4Ks, but we need to fix that. But what I love about like both of us, we own physical media, and you can look at some films from the past, especially this. Like there's like 2 hours of bonus features on this. There's a commentary track with the entire cast. There's featurettes, blooper reels, deleted scenes. Like there's entire things that are part of the film itself. Like to me, when you're buying the physical media, you're still buying more of the film. You're buying interviews, you're buying behind the scenes stuff that they would just do on set. Nowadays, I feel like it's just because everything is streaming, you don't get that behind the scenes feeling anymore. You don't get that.
That guy's in Oppenheimer, right?
He's in Oppenheimer, yes. There's things you,
LOL, hell yeah, let's
yeah.
go.
There's things you can't do in your head. He's also Bernard in the Santa Claus.
Oh yeah. Holy shit, you always do that. You break my brain every time.
Bernard in the Santa Claus. That's him.
Yeah. I feel like okay, right here might be where like say for
You
example
can literally
you
see the
lose
light they're using. And you see the literally light that they're using. They're acting like it's a spotlight. They were just using the light.
you lose probably the generations above us right here with this part of the film because it does
Mm,
become a cartoon cop like
mm.
it,
I feel like right now
like if
you would lose the people that are like cops or like you would lose the people that are like all for cops right here.
yeah, you're like I
Mm,
back the blue. Okay.
mm,
But this is where it takes like if you can imagine the Seth Rogen and Bill am I saying his name right?
Bill Hader. Yeah.
Bill Hader.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you take the Seth Rogen and Bill Hader character and they're like a putty, right? This is part of the
Mm,
film when it goes stretch.
mm,
This is exactly what you do at this part of like a dark raunchy comedy or not a dark raunchy
mm.
comedy, a raunchy comedy. Sorry, I'm used to everything that we were watching be dark.
Super dark. Yeah. No, but I feel like, yeah, it's like this is the moment where you're realizing that oh, these are like they're making fun of these cops. Like these cops they're literally drinking
Yeah.
beer right now. They're literally drinking beer in their cop car. Like they're having gonna have a shoot off. Like, but then you have the cut to like all three characters are acting opposite people that are like 10 years older than them. Like they're acting opposite of character like they're each in their own element of people that are way older than them. And again, it's like they're trying to adapt to what they're eventually going to have to do in the future to interact with older people.
Yeah, I mean, they are basically going through all of the future and potential interactions that they are about to have with actual like other people that are
Hmm.
their age right now without even knowing it. And they're doing a pretty good job with it. I mean, it's,
Mm.
I mean, freaking Seth and Evan are surviving rooms of people who are like doing fucking blow around them and
Mm.
like just like really really wired crazy people. But I
Mm.
would say that like there's a lot of elements of this film that get what it's like to be a teenager, right? I mean, yes, these are dramatized like fantasy uh like situations, and some of it is mixed in with with real situations, but like I think some of the things that Superbad gets right is like it's awkward being at this age because you're kind of an adult and then you're kind of not, and it's like I
Mm.
don't know what the fuck I'm doing also at the same time. But I can't wait to start getting into more character talk, as the film ties off. Um, but this is all just lapping up in the comedy right now. I
Hmm.
always thought that the freaking detergent beer was like, ugh, so gross. It's
Yeah.
so gross to think
Like
about.
when you're like, yeah, imagine drinking the detergent beer
No,
with the detergent.
literally.
Like, wouldn't we all be like puking like blood because they were drinking like literal detergent?
I just always thought about like the smell of it. Like detergent has like a
Mm.
very specific smell.
Yeah. I think I always like find funny in this movie is when they finally arrive, spoiler alert, they finally arrive at Jules's party with alcohol. But the amount of people at the party, there's no way they would have supplied the entire party with that amount of alcohol with just two
Well,
detergent bottles of beer and like two handles.
I tried telling you that last time was that I think that Fogel gets all of the alcohol in his box that
Like
he
he still
originally
has it.
had.
He still
Yeah.
has it. They gave
But
it
the
to him.
film I think there's something wrong with the cut, or there might not
Hmm.
be necessarily something wrong with the cut, but it doesn't map that out that like they had.
I do remember him running with the bags, so like he still has the bags.
They
So I
have
guess
the
I could see
bags,
that. Yeah.
but it's
I guess
it's
I
all
could
the
see that.
alcohol that Fogel
Yeah.
originally got. They got it.
Yeah. Mm.
They
Because
just
I
dropped the
whatever.
we won't we'll
Yeah,
wait.
I always just like whenever I see that, I'm like, there's no way they could have supplied that entire party with alcohol. Like,
And I feel like I mean we kind of flipped this film upside down and like exposed its underbelly. I feel like people do have issue with it, it's here. Because this is
hmm.
totally like fantasy element kind of thing. Like, of course,
Hmm.
like hopefully no teenager out there is like fucking smoking cigarettes and drinking hard liquor
Hmm.
with cops,
With
but
cops.
you never know. I mean, this is we live in crazy times.
Hmm.
Um,
And it could be like a thing where it's like, imagine them and like writing the script being like, what if he's so scared of getting busted by cops that he becomes best friends with the cops and they want to drink with him? Like,
exactly. It's so smart. Of like
hmm.
his entire night turned into something he never thought it would.
Hmm. Like he was so afraid being like before we went in there, he's like, I don't know if I could do this. Like I'm getting like scared here. Like, and then what happens? The two cops become his best friends. Like they want to drink with him and shoot guns with him and smoke cigarettes with him. And like you at 17, 18 years old would think that's the coolest fucking thing in the world. Like these cops want to be my friend. They want to drink with me while I'm going through this night in high school.
This is exactly where the screenplay fires on like it's 100% right here. They have to
Hmm.
deliver this in a certain way. And like, I mean, Jonah Hill's been making us laugh for what, an hour and like some change.
Hmm.
And here is exactly like where you feel everything in high school felt this intense.
Hmm.
Everything betrayal, of course, it never gets easier, but we figure out how to deal with it on as we get older. But this hurts right now um for Seth.
Hmm. I think it's like their characters know that they're not going to be together after this. And a lot of the conversation they've been having in this film is leading up to these moments because they know that they're not going to be together after it. And it's like a fearful thing of like when you're in high school, you have your best friend, you go to separate colleges. Are we going to be best friends after this? We don't know. Like, and you have the character of McLovin being like, "Oh, I'm rooming with Evan, so we're still friends." And it's a thing where like Seth, the way they're arguing, it's a fearful thing of like they're not arguing over the girls, they're arguing over different moments in their life, as in like after after the next 3 months of us doing this, are we going to be that same Seth and Evan from fifth grade? Are we going to be those
Yeah,
characters?
I would say that they're not fighting about girls right now. They
No.
are fighting out of a fear.
It's
Damn, he's
like
got
my
hit by a car twice.
and he's still holding the beer still stays intact in the detergent. I guess now it doesn't. Yeah.
I'm gonna, you're gonna get so mad at me for doing this. Remember whenever you almost hit somebody with your car whenever you're hanging?
I did. I almost hit someone with my car. They jumped out in front of me. But luckily I
We
was paying
think,
attention.
we think about Bucket Hat Lady every day.
You know, I wonder if she thinks about us. But I almost nailed her with my car.
That was like a very scary moment in life.
But
Like the front of your car could have looked like this, dude.
mm, but here's your like pinnacle moment of like them all interacting here. Like, and what do you have? You have McLovin is you can't see McLovin, but he's in the
Yeah,
frame. He's
yeah.
there.
Oh, I was saying something. Well, I'm excited to get into like why they were fighting, and it was good
Mm,
that we kind of stopped there a little bit. Um, they it's like I said, the last 2 weeks before high school, and that could be transferred over into like what's another very crucial part in two best friends' lives. The week before their best friend gets married,
hmm
the day before the best friend becomes a dad. There's all these different crucial moments in life where like things are
hmm
so scary that you fight. It's
hmm
just normal and it's natural. You
hmm
fight whenever you don't know what the future is.
hmm Yeah, it's like and like Seth Rogen and Bill Hader's character aren't best friends, but what are they doing? They're kind of fighting in this situation. Like, what do you do here? What are we doing?
They
It's
fucked
like,
around too much.
yeah, but it's like you have like to me, like when I ever watched this, like the interaction between Seth and Evan is like the most honest interaction because they're just best friends that just want to be best friends, but there's things that happen that I guess like there's things that happen that I don't know how to word it, but it's like especially in high school, there's things that happen that I guess test your friendship, and it's more of like it's not about the girls, it's about like what we're doing after high school. This is what we're arguing about. It's not about the girls. It's about what we're doing after high school, and are we going to be there after high school?
I would say I would it's this pressure to maintain what you've known your entire life. It's
Hmm
this pressure to be just like almost it's a fear. It's a fear. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
hmm
There's all of this pressure to it's just like you said, like what you were talking about with your grades, negotiating with your teacher about getting the grade and still maintaining that.
hmm
There's a pressure of that. There's a pressure of, oh, did you have sex before you graduated? Did you drink? Did you smoke weed? Did you do this insane go to that insane party that almost got busted? Did you run away from the
hmm
cops? There's all this pressure. And then there's also the pressure of like you don't know whether or not you're gonna have your
Mm,
friend after high school. You just don't know. And
mm,
it's either like, you know, you either go to college or you get a job. And then there, I mean, we can start getting into a little bit more serious, like kind of things that involve like whether or not you lose your friend that you made in high school or like grew up with, was that there is a lot of different dynamics in, um, you know, where you're at in someone's life based on your experience with like whether or not you go to college,
mm,
your quality of life.
And then you have like obviously, I guess, hits the nail on the head of they're running separate directions right now. Like they ran away from each other, and
Hmm.
it's showing where they're going to eventually run in real life. They're going to go separate directions. And spoiler alert, they do at the very end of the movie. They go separate directions.
Let's talk about something that was like a really, really crazy moment for us before the rewatch. So before we rewatched this, both Pat and I created this canon event in our head that the homeless guy that's in the back with Fogel, that he dies and he's left in the vehicle
I forgot
whenever
about
the vehicle is set on fire. And both Pat and I thought that they committed arson and murder
and murder.
whenever they
Yeah,
light the vehicle on fire.
I forgot about that. That we both shot.
We
You know what?
both created that in our head. Both of us.
Even though we just saw him leave the vehicle, I think it's still true.
Okay, whatever. Oh man, I just died laughing at Jonah Hill getting hit with a bat in the
Yeah,
back. I used to laugh
you
at that
die.
shit all the time.
But I love that he's still holding the beer full of detergent.
The detergent beers are crazy. If they
Honestly,
do a
I feel like they probably get you a nice buzz because you're just drinking shit you shouldn't be drinking. You're probably getting fucking lit off of this thing.
like a juice.
Mhm.
That'd be a good idea if they did like a
I guess
re-releasing
you're right. I guess you're right.
beers.
McLovin does have what he was originally trying to buy. I guess you're right. I guess you're right. But would that suffice for an entire party? They only have one of the containers now of beer. I'm really analyzing the amount of alcohol that is going to this party.
You can't suspend your disbelief for Superbad. What the
I
fuck is wrong
know.
with you? I'm just kidding.
I can
Um,
suspend my disbelief for a lot of films, but not Superman.
I love how this guy is like obviously wearing like a suit under that
Hmm
hoodie to like make him look a little bit bigger.
hmm
It'd be like an
Are
old
they
drunk.
are they about to drop the spirit stick and they all die for it?
Well, whoever drops a spirit sick goes to Hades.
It goes. I love these shots. The gold slick.
Gold's like vodka.
But I love how like the gold slick was such a pointed thing in the script. Like they kept saying the gold slick walk. And then right there he yelled the gold slick. But when he gets to the party, she's already wasted. She doesn't even need the gold slick.
Well, like it's just a way to show that like he was it was a way to showcase his character that he's
Like
thoughtful, that
very
he
cared.
really
Yeah, very
wanted it to
cared.
get
Yeah.
there.
hmm
Um,
But then you have the contrast of like Becca like doesn't care about the gold slick. Like she doesn't care. But like he's so honed in, like if I don't bring the cold slick, like she's not gonna talk to me. Like now I'm so screwed. And when you get to the party, all she can talk about is Evan because she's already drunk.
Now we can start talking about some stuff that um that I feel is why this film just has kind of stayed on our minds like our whole lives, or not our whole lives
hmm
yet. We haven't died yet, but has stayed with us since 2007.
hmm
Is there is this whenever it comes to Superbad, I feel like yes, the guys that bully them or whatever like make fun of them because maybe they're just bullies, but there's not really hierarchy
hmm
there. there's not like a I'm better than you or anything.
Right,
If
yeah.
anything,
You don't like, yeah.
they're kind of the
You see them
same.
one again later. Yeah, you see the
It's just
bullies again
it's
later, like
honestly
once
like the
again.
one crew against the other crew. It's like that. But would you say that there is not really any sense of like I'm talking about the Mean Girls and like the She's the Mans and like those kinds of films. Easy A.
Hmm.
There is no hierarchy here.
Hmm. Yeah, there isn't.
The average kids are like with the air quote like preppy cool kids kind of thing.
Hmm.
Like this is like a mixed like a trail mix of a
Hmm.
crowd right here. And I like that.
Hmm.
I get down with that. I feel like that's
I
a
mean,
perfect portrayal of high school.
like when they walk into the party, like it's not like they're not bullied. Like Seth is like seen as like a hero because he brought the alcohol. Evan just they just like essentially blend in to be like not in a bad way, but it's like, oh yeah, like everyone knows these guys. Like it's not like they're
Yeah.
everyone knows them. Like it's not
Yeah.
like they're like the outcasts. They're just like, oh yeah, it's Seth and Evan. Like Seth and Evan are here now. Like it's not like it's a bad thing. Like Seth and Evan are here. Like
And like I feel like if there is
and
a
everyone
listener
knows
out
their
there
best
that's
friends. They know their
yeah,
best friends.
there might be a listener that's listening to this and they're gonna hear us be like, "Oh, I wish Superbad. I wish the high school experience in Superbad is what every
Hmm.
generation coming up like experiences."
Hmm.
I hope for that part of high school for it. Not
Hmm.
of course like all like the crazy shit that they're getting into. No, obviously not. What I'm saying is like I hope that there is no hierarchy, you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
because it's just cool. It's what it's supposed to be. Um, I and then just like I said that in like the last act that the whole film started to become about like the cartoon cops kind of thing. He spit out the alcohol. Um, it's all about the sex is about to be turned up to like 100 because these
Hmm.
guys came to the party for a reason for the girl.
Hmm.
And with I feel like I feel like I maybe am an Evan as well in a sense because another reason Superbad script works so well is that Evan doesn't realize that someone has a crush on him.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like I think once they all get to the party, they're all separated. Like
Mm-hmm.
they have their own agenda. Like they don't.
Yeah.
It's not like they're all hanging out together. It's just like, oh, you have Seth. Seth's the king of the party. Evan's more worried about just like Becca outside, and McLovin's just there. Like, but yeah, it's like I guess you get right there. It kind of probably tastes like detergent there when he was like taking notes.
I would say that, I mean, I keep on bringing up Dazed and Confused, but
Hmm. I mean, you
I
wouldn't have movies like this without Dazed and Confused.
yeah, true. But I want to give this film its flowers. I want to give this director and the screenplay its flowers is that this is honestly what you would hope your first party to be like. You don't want those bad vibes. You don't want to not
Hmm.
feel welcome there. And this is like in a sense that this is like a perfect party vibe kind of thing.
Hmm.
Like they're they all belong. And that's all you can ask for in high school is just
Hmm.
belonging.
I think that's what's good at, like you said, like when they arrive to the party, it's not like they're like seen as like, oh, why are you here? It's like, oh, we're just coming to the party because we were invited to the party in general. Like we're
Mm-hmm.
just coming to the party. It's not like we're
Yeah.
outcasts. We had those bullies earlier, but like everyone knows who we are. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's what it makes it feel like real because I used to go to parties like this, like maybe not this huge, but like you'd go to the party and it's like you'd walk in and it's not like people are like, "Oh, why are you here?" It's like, "Oh shit, like oh, you guys are here. Hell yeah, it's awesome." Like didn't know you were coming. Like it's like things like that.
I love that. I love that you had that growing up. I did not go to parties. I was no,
I may
we
have
can't
been
do
the
that.
host of some
We
of the
can't do that on the
parties.
super bad episode. I was a loser growing up. I was pretty what is it? Introvert. I was an introvert.
But hey,
I
you're not a
what?
loser. You're not
Oh,
a
well,
loser.
thank you. Shut the hell up. Let's talk about the movie again. So another funny thing about the film, Emma Stone, I love you.
Emma
I
Stone.
love you.
Two Academy Awards. Two Academy Awards right there.
I just, she's just so good.
Also, Greg Matola has a film in the Criterion Collection, The Day Trippers, in the Criterion Collection.
Um, Very easy. She's giving easy A here, which I love.
Hmm.
I feel like this is
Oh,
where
I'm
like
sure like when they were looking at EZA, like
yeah,
they watched Superbad.
Will Gluck was like, what was that girl's name in Superbad?
Superbad, yeah. Emma Stone, yeah.
Um, as those scenes start to like pop up because there's multiple.
Mm,
Another relatable part of Superbad is these guys don't know what the fuck they're about to be
mm.
doing in bed.
And also, all three of them are interacting with the girls they've kind of been talking about the whole time. I guess
Hmm.
McLovin's really never talked about the girl he gets with, but like they all go their
I
separate
mean,
ways.
he followed her whale tail
Hmm.
in the hall.
They said it's 822 or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It's 8:20. What?
But yeah, it's like they all go their separate ways, and it's almost like you're alluding to college in a sense where you're eventually all going to go your separate ways. Like
Yeah, I mean,
that's
this is like a natural progression in
mm,
all of their lives. I mean, uh, and this film, in a way, like it kind of takes the comedy of it. Like, I feel like sex could be scary for some guys out there and girls too. Like, it
hmm.
takes away some of the stiffness in the room whenever it comes to it.
Hmm.
They're like, yeah, they are
I mean,
drunk right
this I feel
now.
like
They're
this
like probably
entire
like
scene is
super
just all
nervous.
improv. This entire scene is probably all improv.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't see I don't see an older director giving much direction here rather than like you guys know what you're supposed to be doing.
Hmm.
I don't see the director being like, all right, now lick his face.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, it's just like it's just funny watching this and being like between these two actors here, there's like six Academy Award nominations for acting.
And this is great. This is great. I'm sure. I mean, it's just like you said. All these guys are working now. I mean,
Hmm. They're all still working. Yeah, all still working.
I don't want to wish it into existence, but technically, I mean, I mean, I don't know what they'd be up to now, but I don't know what they'd be up to, but it'd be really funny.
I mean, I just like I don't know if it's like I mean I said it earlier, but is it a hot take to say that Emma Stone is one of the best actors of all time? He has two Academy Award for Best Actress.
I don't think it's a hot take at all whatsoever. And if anybody does, it's just like because they have personal gripes and you're not saying their favorite
Hmm.
actor. But I mean, I used to feel really, really, really passionate about a bunch of uh actors' performances in the early 2000s, and one of them was Jesse Eisenberg in The Social Network, and then also in Adventureland. Um, I mean, these these kind of performances are. I feel like they can probably look back at them and just be like super, super proud that they did that.
Hmm. That's why I think this is like it's a pinnacle high school film for an entire generation. Like it just
Hmm.
there's a lot of high school films that came out during this time. But to me, I think this is the one that when you say super bad to somebody, they know exactly what you're talking about. They know what super bad is.
You want another part of Superbad that like I'm really starting to like respect and appreciate that they went this direction with it.
Mm.
You have seen you've seen boobs in this, but it hasn't been from like the characters that are like interests to them.
Hmm.
Like you've seen nudity in this film, but it's not from like the characters that like are focal, like a focal
Hmm.
point in it. It just
Hmm.
it tastefully alludes to like there's sexual stuff happening, but it's not disrespecting
Hmm.
these female actors at all.
They're being very respectful
It's
towards them.
tasteful. It's very
Hmm.
tasteful for a teen comedy, for a teen
Hmm.
raunchy comedy, and I like that. Of course, like I'm not saying like oh like if they were naked or anything like that that this wouldn't be tasteful. I'm not saying that at all. I was just kind of noting that it handles their sexuality respectfully.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, it's like they're each individually like into all three of these scenarios happening right now are very real scenarios. One of them is actually about to have sex. Two of them, or one of them was just way too drunk to have sex and everything just was going off the rails. And this one, it's like he just misread what was happening, but it's not like she doesn't like him. She still likes him, but
Yeah,
he was just too, it's like I don't know if aggressive's the word, but he was just too like wanting it to happen, and she just wanted it to naturally happen because she does like him. It's like they're each having their it's a different scenario. Like what the fuck?
um. I think that he isn't necessarily like I don't know if he went in too hard, but he definitely was riding high on life and was
Hmm.
like, "This is it. This is like the
Because he brought the
my
alcohol. He was the
hmm
hero to her.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Mm.
my high
When he realizes she's
school
not drunk,
pinnacle
she's like, I don't
moment."
drink. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and that was the reason that she didn't kiss him. They weren't on that same level. Anything,
Hmm.
some guys even today could learn a thing or two from
Yeah.
Emma Stone,
Again, being
but not
respectful. Hey,
being
being respectful.
respectful and not pushing or pursuing things
Hmm.
if people aren't the same level as you.
Hmm. Oh no, it's cops. Oh
Nope, here
no,
you
it's
go. The
cops.
cartoon cops again. Actually, right here is where they get like super serious. This is where they're
Yeah.
like, "All right, those the cartoon cops are gone. It's
Yeah.
back to this."
What did you say? I assume you all have booze and drugs or guns and drugs. Oh yeah, I just it's like that cartoon, but it's like yeah, they're cartoons, but it's like yeah, guns and crack. I assume you all have guns and crack. But yeah, it's like they're cartoonish, but again, they're being serious as in like when the cops show up, you're gonna run. I was at
Yeah,
parties where the cops showed up and we ran. Like that's high school to me. Like that's why this film felt so real. It's like this is high school, man. This is high school.
I don't want to get you in trouble with your mom. Did you
I'll
ever
say,
get
I mean,
like so?
I may have thrown some parties.
Oh, there you go.
It was 20 years ago. We're good. We're good.
Patrick? Patrick Bryce Brennan. What the hell? Um, what was I gonna say? Gee, you threw me off. Did you ever get so messed up in high school that you had the spins
Mhm.
like Evan's date and you like freaked out? Like the spins
I
from drinking?
I remember me and like some friends and we were like basically when we were at a party and like oh like we're staying that night because we're obviously not gonna like drink and drive or anything. But I remember us like laying on the floor being like, oh, we all have the spins right now. Like I'm I could feel the spins.
The spins.
The spins. I think this the spins again. It's like a thing of high school. It's like the spins. Like you have the spins.
Whenever you like laying down, you're just like this over and over again.
Oh yeah, and like you feel like your head like fall back, and you're like, oh my God.
I love it. I love it. I got drunk. I feel like if our listeners that are
Yeah,
wanting
this
to
is
know more
like these
about
are
us,
stories.
these are
These
the
are stories.
stories. These are stories.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like I got drunk my first time when it was the night of my 18th birthday. I got drunk and something else that night. Have I ever told you about this?
You don't disclose it here. You can just say you got drunk and something else.
Let's just say I was having so much fun that I was sitting at a dinner table because went out to eat for my birthday, and I put my seat belt on the dinner table.
Hey, sometimes you gotta lock in for that meal that's coming.
That is crazy.
But I love again, it's like the caricature of these cops here too. Like McLovin, they clearly they know. They even say like like they clearly know McLovin is in high school. Like they clearly know, but it's like a thing too. It's like maybe they see McLovin in themselves. Like this was me in high school. Like I wanted to be this guy. Like I was this guy in high school. Like let's give this guy the one night of his life that is gonna be like the coolest thing in his entire life. Like we're not
Yeah.
like we're gonna like and here you go. Here's your reference to the beginning of the first film, like not first film, the beginning of the opening of the film where he spits on Seth, and then here you go. Here's your react like this guy spits on a cop. Like no, I'm gonna hit you with a fucking baton in the face. Like, but yeah, it's like it's almost like these cops. Like, and here's I guess is they're being somewhat respectful towards cops of being like the cops were McLovin in a sense in high school. Like they had that same feeling, and I don't know. I just think this movie just does things so well, and everything is done so perfectly. It feels like high school.
Was that technically a Dutch angle?
Yeah, it kind of looked like a Dutch angle. Yeah. It could be because Evan's confused. It's confused as what's going on because he's so
Because
drunk.
Evan's confused. That was
He's
the
so
funniest thing you
drunk.
said. That was the funniest thing you said. No, I feel like our listeners were probably expecting for us to just quote along this entire
Hmm.
film
And we really
and
haven't at
laugh at.
all.
No.
Hmm.
I feel like there's just something I feel like if anything, I want this to be an immortalized like it was just like I said at the beginning of the film, a case stating that, you know, you might here we go, we're gonna have our super bad moment right now. Have our feel good super bad moment. You might have a friend out there that is telling you that this film is no longer funny, or that if you think that this is uh if this is your idea of cinema or something that is worth spending your time on or not worth spending your time on,
Hmm.
I want you to really, really assess whether or not you need that person in your life, because the only thing that's going on here, guys, is a true depiction of what it was like growing up for some people.
Hmm.
And it just
Yeah.
so happens to be one of the funniest fucking movies in the world. So if you have
Hmm.
anybody in your life that's telling you that you can't enjoy Superbad, or that Superbad is not, you know, cinema,
Hmm.
tell them to fucking
If
come
anyone
see
says
the
that super bad
commentary,
is yeah,
boys. It will take care of them for you.
if anyone says that super bad is overrated, they can you shouldn't be friends with that person.
No, we're definitely dramatizing that. But no, you
Hmm.
we tell each other this all the time. You can watch whatever the fuck you want,
Hmm.
and it's not a static fact if something like is not perceived well or liked. If you like it, and you like it.
hmm And I always like think of the people like the people that always put on the same movie going to bed. They always put the same movie on just in the background.
Hmm.
There's someone that puts this on every night to go to sleep.
Yeah.
They're just gonna put Superbad on. Because you
Have
know
we ever
why?
talked about
Because you know
what
why? Because
film it
they
would be
were
for
this
us?
they're probably the same age as us, and this was their favorite movie, and they just want to put it on and put
Yeah.
Superbad on when I go to sleep. Watch the first 20 minutes and pass out. It's just my favorite thing. Like,
That's what it is.
the
They
homeless man is still
say
in
that
there, according to
the
us.
homeless man no, that's what they say that the homeless man stole it and blew it up.
Mm,
That's what it is.
that's why we
Our
thought he
brains
was
just
still in there.
rewrote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought he
We
was still
think
in
that
there.
he was still in
That they
there.
committed homicide and murder.
Homicide, arson, speeding,
Mm,
all the above. Yeah, I feel like what did you said that this film was the one that you put on every night just to kind of
no, I
take
was
the edge off?
like thinking of the person that like how there's always like a movie you always put on or like
Yeah, I'm asking you
whenever
which
you're
one that
feeling
was for you.
when it was for me. I mean, it wasn't like it was just like can I like say something?
What?
It might be cheaper by the dozen too. I fucking love that movie.
Oh man, some things you can't unsay.
But hey, it's solidified forever. Cheaper by the dozen too. Phenomenal film. What's yours?
People are gonna think we're drunk because we're laughing.
I know.
I'm sober. You're drinking a
I'm sober too.
non-alcoholic beer.
I'm sober too. I'm sober too.
We're sober besties right now. Um, LOL, mine is Titanic. Don't say anything.
I mean, hey, like I think
And
that's
you
I think
know it is too, because when I
uh,
stayed with you, I was like, "Can you put on Titanic?"
but it's like I think that's what people do. It's like they'll put the first 25 minutes on to go to sleep and they just know the first 25 minutes. Like that's
It's
just like
like
how it is.
2:30 a.m. at night, and my all I hear in my room is, "Rose, get into the boat."
Get into the boat.
Oh, mother, shut up.
But
No, I
even like this scene right here is like so real. Like you and your best friend are drunk and you're just sitting there talking to each other.
dude, I bet Seth smells like straight up alcohol right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and
They both
so
like
does both Seth
they're
and
both
Evan
just
smell like
so
that.
drunk. So drunk. It's like it's 2 o'clock in the morning, but like you're talking about real shit. Like that's just how it is. Like, and this is the moment. It's like they're talking about their future. This is it right here. Like this is it. Like I love you. It's just like everything, every like beat in this movie is just so perfect of how just people act in high school. Like it just
Yeah.
it's so perfect. And I'm sure there's people that in generations today, like there's probably someone that is watching this for the first time that is like, wait, this movie's fucking great. Like this is me and my best friend in high school. Like this is me and my best friend. We've never seen this movie before. We watched it last night and we fucking love it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's so good.
I think that's what you want out of movies like this is like different generations can watch things and yes, things are dated. It's just how it is, but people can watch things and be like, wait, that movie was fucking hilarious. I loved that movie. And I can't wait to watch it again. I want to own it, the movie. They want to own it. Also, where's the 4K?
Anything
Where's the 4K?
anything you want to make sure goes into our commentary track of Superbad before things start to wrap up?
I think whenever I watch this, I think of how important friendship is and how important finding that best friend in your life is. And it's not just in high school. Like it's these two need each other just because they need each other in their lives, and I think that's incredibly important. And to me, again, this is one of the greatest comedies ever made. There's no fat here. It's perfect. It's everything about this is perfect, and everything about this is real, including the basement that they were just sleeping in. I had friends that had basements that had that same wall paneling of that fake wood. Like everything is literally perfect. And yes, they had their fight the night before with each other, but look at them. Next night, they're at Gap buying jeans. That's just who they are. What about you? What about you before we wrap this up?
Um, I would say something that I would want to leave with this film for Superbad Millennial Icon Series on the commentary podcast is that um I mean, yeah, it's just like you said, finding something in your childhood that makes you feel like you weren't absolutely crazy for saying fuck and shit in every single sentence that you said, and also realizing that you weren't the only horny person in high school, and
Mm,
just just kind of feeling normal for a minute. That's what Superbad is all about. Is like, yeah, there's the cartoon cops, there's the chase sequences and like the cutaways and stuff like that. But I feel like this operates on like a higher level, and that's just like that Seth and Evan are just like
hmm
you are with your best friend.
hmm And again, it's like a lot of this film is them going their separate ways, like physically,
Mm-hmm.
literally,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're gonna be physically going separate ways in college. And how does the film end? I mean, I kind of spoiled it earlier, but they physically go separate ways. Again, they
Mm,
physically go separate
I don't
ways.
like seeing a Stone with a black eye like that. That
I
makes me
know.
feel horrible. Hmm.
That's some damn good makeup for a black eye. That's some damn good
Yeah.
makeup. Damn good makeup. I mean, yeah, it's like I think it also goes to show like this is also high school. Like when you find like it's like your best friends, but then you start to both like someone else, you go separate ways like that. Like you're literally physically going to be going separate ways. Like literally, that's what they
Yeah,
do here.
it's like a natural evolution in the
Mm-hmm.
relationship and everything. It
Mm-hmm.
happens. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's all up to both parties to maintain
Mm-hmm.
a connection through no matter what life brings.
Mm-hmm. And I think this scene does perfectly here is the awkwardness of trying to like talk about it the next morning, like about everything that happened last night.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
there's
so
there's
good.
they're still high schoolers. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't know everything. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
that. It's not like a. This isn't Elliot Page and Juno kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Mm-hmm.
is nothing like that. Elliot
Mm-hmm.
Page set the bar for
Same year.
character.
Same year. Same year.
Hmm.
2007. Same year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I think they do such a good job of this awkwardness, how this scene opens to how it ends. Because both these girls actually do like them, and obviously they like them, and vice versa. But I think it and what they do is very simple. Is with the camera's a lot close up on them, but then once the tension of what happened the night before kind of goes away, they pull the camera back, and we see everyone in the scene, and then you have them eventually being like, "Hey, why don't you come hang out with me, and you'll hang out with them, and we'll see what happens." Isn't this
I
this is what
love
they were searching for the entire movie?
I love
Is this
how
scene?
Jules instigates it.
Hmm. Like this is literally what they talked about in like the second scene when they were in the convenience store. This is the scene that they were hoping for the entire movie. Is what's happening right now. And they don't know what to do. That's what's great about it. They don't know how to interact. They're like, so like I guess I'll yeah, my digits. I do have your
Yeah, it's
information.
like it's like what I said. It's about like they have no idea what the fuck they're doing,
Yeah.
and It's,
We shake hands. I have your information. Yes, I have your information.
I mean, if you're lucky and if you're like out there like dating and stuff like that, like
Mm,
you are it's this exact energy every time, which means
mm,
it's like there's connection there, there's attraction.
mm.
Crazy last
This,
shot
this
right
this
here.
movie's a love. This movie's a love story between best friends.
Oh
Literally.
yeah, I mean, your first I people have like different opinions on like who your first love is. I would say that it's definitely your best friend.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a again the pinnacle high school comedy for us is it's super bad. It's super bad. This podcast is hosted and edited by Pat Brennan. That's me, with intro and closing music by Patrick Baxter.